Alana Serrano-Hare.
And I'm Nick Millard.
Welcome to PVD POV, where we bring you new insights into the coolest little city in the smallest state.
Whether you're a local looking to uncover hidden gems or a visitor eager to dive into our vibrant culture, we've got you covered.
Each week, we'll be chatting with the movers and shakers here in Providence, from restaurant owners to hoteliers and everyone in between. And this week, we chatted with Elyse Major. She's a friend of GoProvidence. We absolutely love her. Now, normally, she's over at Hey Rhody, but we talked to her specifically about an article she wrote for Yankee Magazine, and she highlighted some of her favorite spots in Providence.
Yeah, a lot of it was for the spring. We recorded this a little while ago, but then, I ended up having a baby. And I was on maternity leave for a little bit, so this kind of got kicked to the back end a little bit here. Then, we wanted to have a little break for your eyes, so this is an audio-only podcast. If you haven't, gotten that point, you're this far into the podcast.
Listen to our voices.
You get to listen to our voices, listen to Elise's voice. She's great. She has a lot of great insights into. We focus a lot on spring stuff to do, but honestly, it's any time of year that you can do.
Oh yeah, evergreen. She does highlight some of my favorite spots, so I'm very excited about that, including Cielito, which Nick loves too.
Oh, yes,
great
they are.
margaritas.
They're butterfly margaritas. What Mariposa margaritas.
Mariposa.
Those are delicious.
They're purple. They're so good. Highly recommend.
Yes, definitely go there and get those. And their tacos are amazing.
Yes, they are.
Beer
the food, too, yeah.
Oh, so good.
So she highlights all of that in her article, and we talked to her about some other stuff, too. So turn us up and get ready to experience Providence from a whole new perspective. Today we are joined on PVD POV by our friend Elyse Major. You probably recognize her face from Instagram and her name from all of the articles she has written over the years. She's one of our favorite people locally in Hey Rhody and Providence Monthly, and also in Yankee Magazine. And that's what we're excited to talk to her a little bit about today. If you haven't seen the Yankee Magazine feature, she wrote an amazing article about a spring weekend, a perfect spring weekend, not to get all miscongeniality on you, in Providence. And it talked about kind of the weather we're feeling right now when spring is finally coming and we're waking up from winter. Thanks so much for joining us, Elyse.
No, thank you for having me. My pleasure.
As a list of major, Elyse has a list of major things to do in spring in Providence. And one of my favorite things that you started this article off with was from Ellie's. Ellie's on the corner there in their new spot is such a perfect people watching spot. And I think that you also love it for the coffee and treats.
I've been a long time Ellie's stan, if you will. Since they were on Washington Street, they had this tiny little nook of a place, and I just was so smitten with it. And then I've moved along with them to every location.
You're a groupie.
I am a groupie. And the funny thing, it's just the vibe that I love.
Yeah.
There's not even when I go there, I always have to get blank. I just enjoy being there. There's so many beautiful little details. There's always flowers. There's these little, provisions that they make with their own label. And I don't know, there's just something about it that I just really enjoy it. And so for the article, I was really struggling with that introduction. And there's only so much you can do from notes and photos. And it's funny, it was my son that was just go there again. And I brought my laptop, and I know that's not really their thing.
Right.
But I was is it okay if I hide in a corner with my laptop so that I can work on this intro? And they were absolutely. What can we get for you?
Yes. They make an exception.
It was like that. And I sat there and I had a coffee and a croissant. And I really was just trying to take everything in. And then I went over to Oberlin. And I sat over there at the bar. They probably thought, what a weirdo. I'm just having a glass of water. Absorbing the vibes.
Yep.
At least you
and then they
had
saw
a
your
glass
story.
of
True.
wine.
Depending on the time.
That would have been a whole different story.
I was going to say, you should have had a glass of wine, and it would have went definitely a different angle.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I was all hopped up on coffee, so I was letting that roll.
You're right, exactly. No, it was a perfect capture, I think, of spring in the city. But speaking of Ellie's, have you ever taken their macaroon class?
No, that's the one. I've taken like a wreath class and I've taken a pastry class, but I haven't taken
Okay,
a
next
macaron
time there
class.
is one, I'll text you and we should do it.
Let's
I
do
didn't
it.
get to do it last time we had a group in, but it looked so fun. Didn't you take photos of it?
Yeah, I got a bunch of photos of them. It was SATW.
SATW,
and there were about 5 or so women that were there that were taking
and they came
class.
out great.
Oh, yeah. It was great. I was like, I don't know. I probably wouldn't be able to do it.
No.
I didn't do the class. I just took the pictures because
yeah.
I'm there for that. But no, it was really fun and very colorful.
And they all walked
I
away
love
with
their
like
classes.
a ton of macarons. Macarons?
Macarons.
Macarons.
Macaroon is like the
coconut
The
one.
coconut,
I
like,
always get them. Oh, the ball one.
yeah, it's like a treat for like, I don't know, Passover or something like
Yeah.
that. I forget.
Yeah. Around this time, I feel like, is when I see them.
Yeah. I always get those two confused all the time.
I think everybody
Yeah.
does. Macaron. Well, I never took French, so I say all of the words wrong. So
Same.
I think we do too. Yeah, it's okay.
So do I. That's when I just kind of trail off and I say macaron.
yeah, I'll have a croissant.
So earlier, before we started recording, you were saying how you kind of have just over the years been getting into the food writing because your overall lifestyle and travel. I know that you love photos and especially flowers,
Yes,
right?
I do.
Flowers and color palettes. If you've ever seen Elise's Instagram, it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's very
Yes, I'm very jealous.
inspiring.
I'm very jealous.
Yes. And so you've kind of been discovering and rediscovering the Providence food scene, which is evolving. And you talk about that particular block, like the Grants Block area, where Cielito, Ellie's, Oberlin, Gift Horse are. And I think that's really special, right? To have all of these James Beard nominated restaurants, but also really great neighborhood gems in one little area. And we had that lunch that day at Cielito, which was awesome.
It was so good. And it's so funny because you know how I started painting flowers on Instagram? I share about it.
Other people did sourdough, Elyse.
I know.
painted flowers.
It was from that day at Cielito.
Oh, really?
Because they had all these farmers, like these flower market prints on the wall. And I just loved them. And I went home and I went down the rabbit hole, like, where can you buy these? And I have like no wall space at all. But I was like, I'll just try to paint flowers. And it was really kicked off from that day.
Yep.
Maybe it was the Mexican Coke. Who
It could have
knows?
been that. That was so
Coca-Cola, that
good.
is. Yeah, I
Coca-Cola. It was so good.
It was so
in
good.
the bottle.
In the bottle.
That was a real. I think I was I pregnant?
You were pregnant.
I was pregnant.
You were like really
Well, that's why
pregnant.
because I
having
ate that whole
Coca-Cola and
burrito
nothing
quick.
else.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a cute spot, and it's so
Really
bright and
cute.
airy. That for people, would recognize it as the old Oberlin before Oberlin moved across the street. But delicious. Do you remember what you had?
Yeah, I wrote about it.
The chilies,
Yeah, something with
I
like
had-
ground
we went-
beef and raisins.
Yes, the raisins you said.
Yeah.
Yep.
We went not for work, and we had it was like the pork belly.
Yes.
Taco was there. Oh, delicious!
That
They were
was
I mean,
amazing.
really
so good.
beautiful, beautiful place. And if you just want like some spring vibes to sort of like a mood reset,
Yes.
you can't do better than that block either.
Really?
Like Cielito. And then all the stores have their windows decorated. I mean, Craftland and, Queen of Hearts. I mean, I just think it's one of the prettiest streets around.
It is. Yeah, it definitely is. That's like that main drag where we send anyone who wants to do some downtown local shopping, Symposium Books, Craftland, Queen of Hearts. There's so many that we go
So
to
many.
frequently.
Homestyle.
Homestyle. We love Homestyle for little gifts. And then you hit the Ellie's and everything. You were
I was
saying,
kind of calling it Pretty Row.
oh, I like
Okay.
that. Well, it is
that.
pretty, and they decorate it around the holidays.
Yeah, and the strands of
lights.
string lights.
Yep.
I mean,
Those are
so
up year
pretty.
round. I'm pretty sure.
I
right?
think
They are.
Yeah,
they
those
are.
are year round. That's right. Yeah.
It is a great spot. And I was wondering, because you do so much coverage of our region and you've eaten at places, you've stayed in hotels, you've gone to different experiences. For someone who's local, what you think makes Providence unique or makes Providence stand out to visitors or to locals?
What I think is so cool about Providence is, we have Johnson & Wales, we have Brown, RISD, there's so much right there, and it can't not inform what's happening nearby. So, you have like world-class everything for people who went to these universities and colleges and stayed. So, you have people at a loft from like Johnson & Wales that are just kind of like leveling up what's a Marriott.
Right.
And you have, the academia from like Brown seeping through like Symposium Books, like Symposium, just the name, right? And So it's just all those things that just make it, I don't know, they just put their imprint on the city, I think, and it just makes like every little facet elevated, you know, like from like the murals everywhere. I mean, it's such a gem of a city, and I've loved it since it was not, you know?
Yep.
And we definitely have that. When people say a college city or a college town, we have the good version of that.
Yes.
Because there's definitely college cities and college towns that are just like based around like one college, and there's just a
lot of frat parties.
A lot of frat parties, stuff like that. But we have the good version where it's like all of that just comes in, like you said, to the city and just kind of elevates what we already have.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of cultural influences. You see that in the food.
In the food, for sure.
Just seeing, you know, when you're stopped on Memorial Boulevard at one of the lights, you know the RISD kids because they're walking by with their massive posters and stuff. And, you know, they're heading to this building and that building. And it's just such a cool, like, thing to see. It's always bustling.
Absolutely. Or like Brown B. I include them in the Yankee article. And I mean, talk about like just being nestled in that whole brown RISD vibe.
Oh my gosh. They have figured out the croissant. I don't even know if you can call it a croissant because it's this big.
Oh,
and
ginormous.
It's stuffed with stuff.
It's
amazing. Don't eat it if you have like a really important like meeting afterwards in your outfit. Like if I were to eat it with this on,
you need like a lobster bib.
You need a lobster bib.
I think we should have them make those for us. The bibs.
Oh, the bibs,
specifically.
Yes, exactly.
Not the croissants. I mean, yes, the croissants, but they should make specialty brown bee bibs.
And it's a really cute space inside.
It's funny because, you know, I'm always like plotting my next little jaunt, like every little place I have to go, like it's like, where can I stop? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, where should I pick up lunch or a treat on the ride home from today?
It's a lot of good places for that in the city. I would definitely make a meeting around Brown Bee Coffee for that reason.
100%.
I've yet to go. I need to go. I need to stop by. I need to get something. I mean, I'll do it from work. I'll just say it's for work, and I'll get a huge croissant. And I'll, you know, post about it.
You could make like a hat out of that thing.
I could? Okay.
Seriously.
It's huge.
I need to go now.
And their mochas, oh my goodness, their mocha is great.
See, I'm just like a black coffee girl. So people have all these fancy coffees and lattes, and I'm like, can I take a photo of that? Because I'm just like an old man. I'm like, I love it black.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Most of my coffee is black now too, especially, you know, iced coffee, like, because I get that constantly. So I'm just going to get that. Because if not, I would have way too much tea.
Yeah.
And that's just not good for me.
Do the cafe baristas look at you weird?
Not really. I mean, and I never, my favorite thing to sweeten coffee is maple syrup, and nobody ever has that on the counter.
True.
Huh.
In Vermont, probably.
I mean, it is the best. Best.
He knows everything about coffee, so if he says yes, then it's good.
Our producer over there, Brian Lavin, who's not mic'd up right now, but yes.
Coffee with Lav.
Gelman.
Yeah, we have a lot of great coffee shops in the city. And like I was saying earlier, so your Instagram is really beautiful.
Thank
and you
you.
have a really good way of capturing photos. And I was wondering what inspires you for a story and how do you blend something that sounds good in words and something that looks good in photos? Does one inspire the other? Does what comes first?
That's
the chicken
such an
or the
eloquent
egg?
question.
Was it? Oh,
yeah, I love it. Well, it's funny. My background before joining the magazines was writing for shelter magazines, you know, home and garden magazines, and also I'd authored a couple craft books. So for me, it's all about. It really starts with the thing. You know, like more than the story or the idea, it starts with like a beautiful visual. And I'm still that way where, you know, I'm kind of guilty about basing a story on just something that I think is visually appealing. And so I might drive our art department crazy because I'm always like, not that photo, this photo, you know, and, you know, our senior editorial designer, Abigail Brown, is just phenomenal. She could make a story about a trash bag look beautiful. But that said, like, I feel like a lifestyle magazine is all about the photos. Mm-hmm. The writing, of course, is important. But even me, longtime magazine person, like I flipped through a couple of times just looking at the photos, reading the captions, then I'll get to the story. So for me, like, photos come first. And it's true, like, there have been many stories that I've based on, oh my gosh, like this happened last year. There's a design firm retail space called Johnny Cakes over on the west side.
It's a great name.
She had a beautiful staged photo of a room that she had done for, I think, like maybe a realtor. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I want that to be on the cover of Providence Monthly. And, reached out to her and connected all the dots. And then there it was. Because I just thought, this is so beautiful. I must share this. You know? Exactly. So a lot of it starts with that. We'll leave like the newsier long form journalism pieces to, the newspapers. But I just want like a pretty, learn about your neighbors, pretty things in your state. I just want it to be like print to be a happy place.
Oh, same. And there is something to be said about that. I think in the lifestyle space, especially, people are looking for that. And Nick knows what it's like to be all about photos.
And that's like you were saying, you thumb through magazines. I just thumb through magazines and look at the pictures for the most part. I'm a picture book person.
Of course.
Words for me are definitely
He was never
not.
into the chapter books.
No, never in the chapter books. I didn't get there. If the chapter books had a picture like every other, like, or those books that had like the one section that had all the pictures in the book, I'd look at those ones instead of actually looking at the book. But no, for especially because I just love going through the magazines and looking at the pictures and seeing, and also having existential crisis about my own photography too, where
you're so talented.
I feel like my stuff's not that great compared to others. But even just like I got Sever in the mail from this past printing, and I open it up. It's just nice and pretty.
Even the paper stock.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually went down and filmed them printing the previous issue for last year for the culinary festivals.
I remember that.
Yeah.
At Meridian.
Yes, at Meridian. That's right. I couldn't remember the name of it, but we filmed. I filmed them down there printing it, and the process is amazing. How they print the magazines there. And it just comes out so like vivid and so nice. And they just like sit there and dial in the colors to make sure that the pictures, I'm just like, I think it looks great.
Yeah.
That looks
amazing.
They have this one over, that looks bad. It's like, that looks awesome over there.
I'm just like, please support the tangible, everybody.
I know. Kat Craddock put so much work into all of those little details for that magazine, and it came out great. It's heavy, and that's when you know it's good, and like it's a really nice magazine.
Yeah, those are keepers.
Those are keepers. You keep that on your coffee table. You don't toss it when the new one comes out. Now, how about Hey Rhody? What's new? You guys must be busier than ever with covering the entire state.
Yeah, so there's the 4 magazines. There's Providence Monthly that covers Providence. There's So Rhode Island that does all of South County. There's the Bay, that's the East Bay of the state. And then there's Hey Rhody, which is our statewide. And so all 4 magazines have a shared center section. We did that about 2 years ago, which is all the home and style and the cover story. And then the other, like food and drink and news and culture, those are all specific to their region. So when we've got a tiny team, it's myself and a managing editor and a part-time editor and, a lot of contributors. But, we're always busy. Right now, we're halfway through the April print cycle, which will be our home and garden guides. And those are going to be, like, breathtaking.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that you would have an extra eye for.
Yeah, it's my sweet spot. And it turned out that a new book is being launched called Summer by the Sea, by a local architect, Thomas Kligerman, and Reed McKendry shot it, and I connected, and that's going to be the main feature in the magazines, and most of the covers are going to be just gorgeous. So
can't wait to see them.
I'm excited about that.
Oh, for sure. Now, what are some of your favorite things to cover and to write about? I'm sure home and garden up there. Any Rhode Island events coming up that are piquing your interest? Maybe the Taylor Swift wedding, alleged wedding.
I know. I'm usually like trying to get myself invited to like floral workshops.
Oh,
like those are the things that I like.
They had one. You did one it wasn't at Ellie's. Where was it? There was an arrangement thing that I thought I saw you doing.
Yeah,
where was that? That was like last year or something like that.
Yeah, like out in like southern Rhode Island.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I just remember seeing the pictures. Yeah,
so I'm like, if anybody wants to invite me to make like a flower something.
If anyone here has one, invite Elyse. You could be in Hey Rhody.
Put out the call. We'll share your phone number after this.
Like people are like excited about like these big concerts, and I'm like, where can I buy some flowers?
That's your thing.
I know, it is my thing. But, I'm looking forward to summer and spring and like the flowers blooming and all the little honor stands opening up. And
yes.
I can't think of like one single signature event, but.
You know what I did when I was reading your story, the Japanese garden at Roger Williams Park?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. And I'm like, I need to get there this spring because I didn't go.
Have you never been?
I have,
Okay,
but I haven't been recently. Yeah.
I never time it just right for the flowers,
Yeah.
the pink flowers, like the cherry blossoms.
Like to take pictures. Actually, I think I included some pictures in the last post I did on Instagram for hopeful for spring. And you have to it's almost like fall with the leaves and the colors. Like you have to time it perfectly to get the right pictures. And
100%.
I rarely do.
I know. Right now with all the snow, I'm like, maybe this will be a cover for next year's Christmas issue. Right. You know, like I'm always like the wheels are always turning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think Roger Williams Park is such a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been recently rediscovering, my family and I, the botanical garden. The kids love it. Mm-hmm. I want to make it to Rose and the Roses this year, their fundraiser in May or June. They have so many good events. I mean, now they're doing these mental health mornings, Tai Chi. I mean, if you go look at their calendar, it's like
packed.
Wow. It is more than just the zoo at the park. There is so much to do for families.
And people get that a little bit confused too, which is like, oh, I'm just going to Roger Williams Park. And it's like, no, there's the zoo,
right,
and then there's the whole park.
And then there's the planetarium.
Yes, the planetarium, Natural History Museum, and planetarium. So like that place is amazing. I went there. It was I've been here for 15 years, so like 12 years ago or so. We went and we filmed a commercial there too, and it was fun. Like I had like the stuffed bear in a shot there.
Yep.
It was really fun.
Oh, that's really fun.
And the kids had a great time there. They have a great space room, like astronomy and stuff, everything near the planetarium too. That the kids were just like amazed to see everything floating around. But you wouldn't think that that's right there in the middle of the park. But it's an awesome place to go and just bring the kids, and it's fairly inexpensive. I don't remember.
Yeah, and also a lot of the local public libraries, you can take out a pass to go to the zoo, just like you can take out a library book.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm also a big proponent of the libraries.
Yes.
Love that.
We love libraries.
We love libraries, flowers, print. You know, all my loves.
What's your favorite library around here in Providence?
I mean, they all have like something about them that I like. I mean, they all have their own thing. I mean, it's funny, when my boys were growing up, they were more artsy than sporty. Mm-hmm. And when I watched everybody taking their kids to soccer all the time, I thought, I've got to find something for them to do. Yeah. And they would do the comics workshops that were held at all the different libraries. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so even though, we live in the northern part of the state, you can still access those things if you're part of the library network. And, we'd be at Rochambeau and like just all these different libraries every week, like with these comic book workshops, like in their little program rooms with Walter Metling, who I think is still around doing stuff.
Oh, shout out to Walter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. No, and the Providence Public Library is incredible.
They have so many cool events and services and
we have done everything there, from hosting events and lunches at CHOP, right, which we love, and then having a huge talk and presentation by the Secret Mall apartment guys up in their beautiful auditorium. And then you go into the modern spaces that they've got. I mean, it really has everything.
Yeah,
it's like it's funny because it's almost like I think of it as like a fun house sometimes, because you're going in these like old part of the building, and then you turn a corner and it's just like this modern like glass everywhere thing.
Well, what about even the Athenaeum?
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. It's like you go to the bathroom and you're like, there's a portrait of George Washington by Gilbert Stuart just hanging there on the wall.
It's incredible.
I'll have to check out the bathroom at the Athenaeum. I haven't been to the bathroom.
It's like on the wall near the bathroom.
Okay, all
but
right.
It was just sort of like, there it is.
And you're walking the halls where Edgar Allan Poe was, and people say it's haunted by his ghost. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And it's just an incredible thing. And it's just right there on Benefit Street. Like,
I know.
What? Providence is, there's something around every corner. And I think as Rhode Islanders, sometimes you forget, or like, you forget how cool this is. But then we work with visitors often. That's our job. And so they come in, they're just amazed by the everyday. And it makes you step back and say, oh, yeah, I forgot how cool that is.
It's really cool. I mean, I'm a transplant, and I feel like that's why I love it so much.
That's right. Where are you from?
Well, I moved around a lot growing up, but I was in Fall River for like junior high and high school. And I ended up moving myself here, in my like late teens, and to be near the punk rock scene at the time. And just stayed here and like fell in love with it and just felt like I'd found my place. And so I just always have this really like soft spot, like sweet spot, even like every time I drive down College Hill.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh.
Right.
I have a moment.
That's the aesthetic person in you, though, too, because especially like I get the same feeling. You turn a corner, it's like, oh, yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah.
But then you can never get it. You can never capture that one shot.
Yeah, it's true.
And I was talking to Tom, the VP of Sales or VP?
Senior Vice President.
Senior Vice President. There we go. Titles, I don't remember them. Anyways, so I was talking to him. He's like, oh, every time I drive down College Hill, it's like I turn the corner. It's like, I want to get the shot of this. I'm like, yeah, I know the shot. I can't get it. I've been trying to.
I tried in my car the other day. I'm like, nobody's behind me. I'll put on my flashers, grab the phone. I don't know if it did it, but it was like, that's the moment.
Yeah.
But you've got that great shot in the spread of that Thomas Street with the art club.
You know what? It was Angel Tucker.
Oh, it was Angel. Okay.
Yeah, that took the photos. In fact, I had needed to provide Yankee with a shot list like a year ago, I think. And of like all the places I feel like we're going to be featured in the article. Because this was sort of like a long process.
Yes.
I think the James Beard Award winners had just been announced last year.
Yep. So you were a year.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like scrambling to like include people and then, all that and kind of soften it, for this year, whatever. But yeah, so that shot list, I wasn't even sure who they assigned that to, what they were actually going to take photos of. But I'm glad. The ones that she took are lovely.
They're beautiful. And that's one of my favorite scenes. But when you're driving in it, you have the church in front, and then you've got the art club buildings going down Thomas Street on the right. And then when you're at that top of the hill, it's like winding. And then you have the, whatever buildings are in the background there. Whatever it is, downtown area. And it's gorgeous. And it has like the modern in the back and then the old in the front and the winding road. It's so Providence.
Well, that reminds me, segue into the Providence Monthly cover for March. But I had taken the gondola ride.
The best.
And we took it in the late afternoon, and we were there for like golden hour, sunset, dusk. I mean, it was incredible. And our gondolier, Rosario, he was just pointing out things I never knew about the city, how like the one side is modern, one side is old. Fascinating. I would highly recommend that to anybody.
Yes.
The gondola tours are amazing, especially like you said at sunset around that time. People want to go like during water fire and all that other stuff, which is great. It's awesome. But the best time to go is on like an off night, like midsummer, late summer at like sunset time. That's like the perfect time.
I agree. And you have like the waterway to yourself.
Yeah. Because I think water fire is, like I said, it's amazing. It gets too crowded for just the gondola, but at least on a random night, you might have like maybe one or two other gondolas. Maybe we'll see Captain Tom from Providence Riverboat wave him on the way by. But besides that, the waters are fairly clear and you can like relax.
Yeah, I loved it. And we did this. It was part of an experience with the Beatrice where they had like sent a picnic. Excuse me. Edit that, please. Where they had sent like a picnic basket with, olives and cheeses and stuff like that. And
they're really good at that experiential Italian feel. The river tours give you a different perspective of the city. And I'm glad that you appreciate that because we love all of the activities that you can do on the river. And I think that we're very lucky to have you as a transplant or not, coming all the way from Fall River to tell the stories.
Crossing the bridge.
Yes.
Crossing the bridge, telling the stories of Providence and beyond. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thanks for letting me ramble on and on.
Of course, we love it.
And be silly and tell jokes.
Find some of the Yankee issues and Hey Rhody issues and follow Elyse on Instagram for a nice aesthetic dose every day.
We'll put some stuff in the show notes, so we'll put your handle in there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Elyse.
You're welcome. Thank you.
PVD POV is a podcast hosted by the Providence Warwick Convention and Visitors Bureau in collaboration with the College of Hospitality Management and Center of Media Production at Johnson & Wales University. Hosts are Alana Cerrone-O'Hare and Nick Millard. Production by Professor Brian Lavin with assistance from the graduate students in tourism management. Episodes are available wherever you download your podcasts. Visit GoProvidence.com for more information on these stories and everything else Providence.